Nobody ever wins a fight. Welcome to Should You Watch This with the Popcorn Priest, a weekly podcast where movie enthusiasts, current and ex-movie theater projectionists, new and old friends, take the time to talk about a movie that we just watched and answer that very question, should or shouldn't you watch this? The dancing's over, now it gets dirty.
It's time to ghost somebody.
Roadhouse is next.
You always carry your medical records around with you?
Saves time. Dalton's an unusual guy, and he's got an unusual job. His reputation is impressive, and his demands are simple.
Be nice until it's time to not be nice.
Patrick Swayze.
How's a guy like you end up a bouncer?
Just lucky, I guess.
Roadhouse, rated R.
Starts Friday, May 19th at theaters everywhere.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sorry about the audio quality. That's what trailers sounded like in the 80s.
Wait, today's Friday.
Today is Friday.
It's in theaters everywhere, dog.
Yeah, it just came out.
Booyah.
1989, Roadhouse. All right. I'd like to welcome back to the show Mr. Double Deuce himself, Dr. Dare, longtime friend of the Popcorn Priest, and certainly a friend of the pod. Welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you. What a cool podcast this is going to be. I could tell already.
It is going to be great. And it's a treat because this is the first time the show that we're going to do a 3-part podcast. This is part 1, which is a normal part 1 of the show, which is a spoiler-free
this is
review.
Should you watch? This is determine if you should watch this. We're going to tell you, should you watch this?
Correct. And then we'll have part 3 be our spoiler version, which is what we do normally. Rating of the show.
Yeah.
But we're going to split it right down the double deuce and give you a should you watch this with us.
With us.
So part 2, we've already had the pleasure of recording this.
We already watched it together.
We already watched this together. And we recorded us watching it together. So what you'll do, and we have a couple of really great ideas for you, is one, you could start the show and put one earbud in your ear. And listen to us, our reactions of watching Roadhouse. Or Dr. Dare had a great idea.
Yeah, I think I'm going to watch it with my wife, and we're going to put just a speaker in between us with the movie on, and then coming out of the speaker, we did a countdown for you. We'll do the countdown. We'll pump it on the speaker, so it's like we're hearing the voices right next to us as if we're watching it with Chris and I. So.
Yeah, in the room.
Yeah, you can watch it with the Popcorn Priest.
Yeah, just adjust your volume to your liking, and I think
you need to turn it way up because I'm loud in real life. And you can't escape me.
That's what I'm saying. Like adjust the volume of the movie to the volume of your Bluetooth speaker.
Yeah,
and then you can get
recommended setting is annoying.
Yes. Okay. So let us know if you think this is cool.
We just thought it would be cool.
Yeah, we wanted to see if it would work. We love Mystery Science Theater. So try it. Let us know.
And just to answer the question, not spoiler alert, you should watch this with us.
Correct. Actually, I'm going to say you should only watch this with us.
Maybe.
That's the only way to watch this.
We make it bearable.
Yes. All right. The description for this one: a bouncer hired to clean up the baddest honky tonk.
Oh my gosh.
That's weird. They call it a honky tonk in a Missouri town, armed with a black belt in karate and a PhD in philosophy. Patrick Swayze sets out to tame the double deuce.
A deadly combo.
For his owner. I didn't know he had a PhD in philosophy. Did they talk about that?
Yeah, he says that to the doctor lady.
Oh, man. Oh, that's right. When he's getting stitched up. Spoiler alert.
There's a lot of fighting, okay?
There's a lot of roadhousing.
Yeah,
okay.
Correct.
All right. Directed by Rowdy Harrington. Director of such hits as A Murder of Crows, The Stick-Up, and one episode of Tales from the Crypt.
Oh, that's it?
There's a couple others but those are the most funny.
I mean, this is a telling fact, viewers.
Correct.
It's very telling.
Top billed stars are Patrick Swayze, Kelly Lynch, Sam Elliott, and the venerable Ben Gazzara.
I think that is
It's Bradley Treehorn.
Bradley Treehorn.
That's a
The twin brother of Jackie Treehorn.
Correct. It's in the same universe. That's how we're getting away with it.
Yeah, this is in the same universe as The Big Lebowski.
Correct. And when you listen next week in part 2, you'll get that joke. Okay. All right. Runtime of 1 hour and 54 minutes. Rated R for Roundhouse. Genre on Rotten Tomatoes says action/mystery and thriller. And IMDb says action/thriller. Why would they say mystery?
I don't know. I don't know why mystery is in there.
What's the mystery?
I'm not even sure, what I would say is it's a thriller. It's thrilling, but a thriller is like the Pelican Brief.
Yeah, it's not a thriller.
There is nothing that you don't.
I would say action/nudity. If a nudity is a genre.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a dumbass action movie.
Yeah,
that is all.
It's a B-style action film that they thought was going to be an A.
I mean, there's just not enough plot for it to be a thriller.
No. So both Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb got this wrong.
And mystery is way worse even.
It's way worse.
Yeah, it's an action movie.
Correct. Speaking of IMDb, they give it a 6.7 out of 10 from 80.
That is so high.
It's very high.
What?
Very, very high. From 86,000 reviews. Rotten Tomatoes gives this a 41% from 46 critic ratings and 67% from 50,000 plus audience ratings.
Maybe if we had seen it when we were younger, like it's not at that, like it's the first time I saw it. Maybe I need to watch it 10 more times.
I don't think I should have watched this when I was younger.
Well, I would have wanted to.
Yes. There's a variety of reasons why a younger me would have enjoyed this film, but I don't know about a full enjoyment.
Yeah, but like maybe you're 60 and you watched it when you were of age and now you love it because of the mystique around it. I don't know. Honestly, dude, it was, if not for the really strong B movie qualities, this movie sucks.
Well, you said something while we were watching it. It has again, it's not the same genre, but it has the vibe of The Reanimator.
Correct.
The vibe of that.
It's like charmingly terrible.
Correct.
Yeah.
Where to watch this? At the time of this recording, you can rent or purchase this from your preferred purveyor of digital media. If you choose the highest tier of our Patreon account, you'll have access to the Popcorn Priest permanent video collection. Go to patreon.com/Popcorn Priest for details. And we actually rented the 4K version on Apple TV.
Yep. It looked great.
It was fine.
Yeah.
It looked good. It's like $4.
Some great explosions,
Oh my gosh. It's not explosions, it's lighting gas on fire.
Yeah. It's
in
fantastic.
a very flimsy shell of a building.
Yeah, I bet it sounds like I didn't like this movie. But I enjoyed watching the movie.
Yeah, let's save it.
Yeah.
Let's save that.
Sorry.
All right. That brings us to the most beloved part of this podcast so far now. Popcorn reviews the reviews. And I have a soundbite now, which is kind of all interconnected.
I'm guessing he's going Simpsons.
Yeah, well,
No.
that's just like your opinion, man.
All right. Popcorn reviews the reviews. Do you want the whiplash? Do you want all ones, all tens?
Let's do the whiplash. I've been listening to your other guests and I like the whiplash.
Okay. What I want to recommend, and I don't usually do this to my guests, but I would highly recommend that we end on a 10 out of 10.
I'm in.
If that's okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I
Okay.
love it.
Because it's awesome.
I can
Also,
see.
I have pulled a bonus 10 out of 10 that I don't know what it is. And I just pulled it so that you could at least hear it and tell me what is going on with that review. Okay. That's the last one. Okay.
Okay. Love it.
All right. The first one is our first 1 out of 10. Redneck Movie says, Cadenal dude.
What?
Canada. Dude.
Spell it, bro.
Cadina. Cadina. Oh, and then L dude. Cadin all dude. 2023.
Okay.
If you enjoy monster truck rallies, think pro wrestling is real, and have an IQ of under 70, or think you are Bruce Lee, you may enjoy this movie. Otherwise, don't waste your time. Swayze is the best cooler in the business, quotation marks, who also is a philosophy major and is hired to be the bouncer at a bar with more fighting than drinking. Sam Elliott, an actor who I normally like, and for some reason is in this as well.
Does he not like Patrick Swayze?
I guess not. Is his mentor bouncer friend. Very typical local evil businessman sends a bunch of thugs and henchmen to beat him up so he can buy the place. Lynch is in the movie for window dressing, and Hot Babe falls for the tough guy role. Very predictable, mindless violence action movie that is very bad, 1 out of 10.
I mean, he's kind of speaking the truth. I guess I just enjoy a little campy. I enjoyed it a lot more than he makes it sound like you would.
I have an IQ of higher than 70.
I'm not sure I do. I mean,
oh my gosh. I almost spit out like my saliva because that's all I had in my mouth. First 10 out of 10.
These have got to be nuts because there's no way this is a 10 of 10, dude. Sorry, I'm just so excited.
Here's where these are insane to me. So there's a lot of reviews, right? But there was the same amount of 1s and 10s. There was like only 13 out of all those thousands and thousands of reviews. 13 and like 22-ish of the 10s out of 10. So similar like extremes.
Yeah.
Okay. 10 out of 10. Splendidly bad, says Gain.
How do you spell that one?
Gayn.
Oh, Gain.
This movie is so ridiculous, it's sublime. Ben Gazzara's portrayal of ascot-clad Uber villain Brad Treehorn, not Wesley, is delicious. The showdown between Dalton and Wesley's top goon comes off more like rough sex between two gay ballet dancers than an epic tough guy battle. I've never seen a fight with so many perfectly pointed toes. Dalton's love interest, a blonde doctor with a family of 5 living in her giant hair,
whoa,
inexplicably wears a picnic table cover throughout the entire movie. And I won't ruin it, but the final line of the flick uttered by a fat guy in a cat hat is solid gold as well.
Oh my gosh.
It is solid gold. If you want a great laugh, this is a solid gold pick. I give it a 10 on entertainment value alone. 10 out of 10.
I agree with him way more than I expected.
True.
It is so terrible. Nothing makes sense. Also, I enjoyed so much of it.
Yes.
The entertainment value is extremely high. And again, maybe if we watched it a bunch more, maybe if we got super high and watched it, maybe we'd be dying the whole time.
Yeah. We'll get into more of the nuances of should you watch this in a minute, but yes. The answer is yes. Next 1 out of 10. Man, how in the world can cinema recover from this? Says Cinematic Tool. He's been on the show before, Cinematic Tool.
You've done one of his reviews before.
I sadly enough, because I read reviews as a hobby now, I remember his name multiple times. He's been on the show. Cinematic Tool says, it is awful. Mediocre acting, impossible plot line. I tried to follow it, but I kept having to turn away from making some snide remark or riffing the living daylights out of it, which is kind of what we did, which was enjoyable. Which is not inaccurate.
Yeah.
Cinematic Tool. No one that has seen it can say a kind word about it. It is unfortunate that it was made because of a lot of promising careers were hemmed in after this picture was finished. I just don't understand giving a 4 or a 5 rating on a B movie. That's why I gave it a 1. I wish they had decimals because it would have received probably a .002 or something along those regards. 1 out of 10.
Very, very good.
All right.
I don't agree with this is the first time ever where I like really strongly agree with almost everything that the negatives say
and the positives. Yes, they're
usually
both
I'm
right.
like, no, I choose a side.
Yes,
but I agree with all of this.
Yeah, they're all right.
Yeah,
that's true. This is a very unique situation we're in.
I've never had that.
This movie, this is a 10 out of 10. This movie sucks. I give it a 10 star. That's the title. That's the title.
Oh, that's not the whole thing.
No, that's just the title.
This movie sucks. I give it 10 star.
Says Mark's Marvelous. This has to be one of the worst movies ever made. From a guy that says it's a 10 out of 10. Why do I watch it every single time it's on TNT or TBS? I have no idea. This movie sucks, but I give it a 10 stars.
I like this dude.
I love how it's so short.
Uh-huh. I love that.
It's amazing.
That's exactly how I feel.
Correct. All right. This is our last 1 out of 10.
Okay.
Not a thriller.
Yes, it is not.
We're aligning with the bad.
Correct.
Says over-sexualized women.
That's the username.
That's the username.
It's plural.
And you'll see why in just a second.
Oh my gosh.
This movie is a poor excuse for a softcore porno. I sat down with my husband to watch it because he said it was stupidly funny. I couldn't disagree more. I went into it thinking it was about a slick goes where needed bouncer, many hyphens there, out to keep idiots under control and offer a little protection where needed.
That is what it is about.
I was only partly accurate.
It's also about them titties.
This movie is disgusting and a sad excuse to see women nude or topless.
It is, though. She's right.
I'm honestly embarrassed. Maybe I should. Let me do a little. This movie is disgusting and a sad excuse to see women nude or topless. I'm honestly embarrassed on his behalf, meaning her husband.
She's so mad at him. I love this.
For the pathetic reasoning to watch it again. And embarrassed for myself because I'm apparently married to a mental teenager. The story is bare. The characters are bland, yet over the top with bad acting. Dalton is relatively fine.
Oh my gosh.
Obviously.
Of course she likes that.
I'm sure she really enjoys the oiled down Tai Chi moves.
She's like, he was actually fantastic.
But the rest is quite nasty. Not for anyone with morals or women who have self-respect. Unless you're into that sort of thing. To each their own if it isn't hurting anything, I guess. It's for sure hurting my marriage, though. 1 out of 10.
Oh, no. We just witnessed something very sad.
Yeah, there's some a divergence happening in that marriage now because of Roadhouse.
Oh, honestly, dude, that guy's an idiot.
He is the dumbest human.
If you, I'm going to watch this with my wife.
Correct.
I can tell you right now, I will have no issues.
Yes.
My wife's not going to see these scenes and be like, you dirty.
Yeah. But you got to know.
But if my wife would do that, I would know. I would know before going into the movie that she's going to act that way. And I would never fucking watch. Like, what kind of a dumbass? What are you doing, bro? That was awesome.
This is a PSA for husbands around the world.
Yes.
Be careful.
Watch this alone first.
Correct.
Unless she's pretty chill.
Yeah.
Or that your partner is pretty chill.
I would even say she would have to be way chill, not even just a little chill. Like you need to have a chill factor of high.
Yeah, like there are certain triggers for everyone. If nudity is a trigger, you don't watch this. There's a lot of that.
A lot of 80s nudity.
Yeah. It's not wild. Even like maybe in the 80s this was super steamy. This is not steamy nudity.
It's weird.
This is just it's like almost awkward now.
It's awkward nudity.
It's kind of funny.
It's kind of funny, yeah.
Yeah. It's not. Oh man.
All right, I'm going to hit
There's no way this one is better than that one. That last review is the best review on this pod so far, dog.
So far. I'm not even kidding you. I was doing research at like midnight one night And I had to stop from laughing out loud, belly laughing, to wake my family up because I was like, this lady, I'm so glad she took the time to be angry at her husband and put this on the pod because I'm so happy.
She's so good.
All right, last 10 out of 10, and then I'll give you my bonus, okay?
Okay.
Best movie of all time? Question mark?
Wow.
Says Vertignos.
Vertigmios.
Vertignos.
How do you spell it?
Verti.
Verti.
And then Gnous. Gnaus. Vertignos.
I think you nailed it.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Patrick Swayze as a bouncer? Question mark. Enough said. Today I was pondering whether this is the greatest film of all time. I give it a 17 out of 10. The Swayze, he or she calls him.
You know what? That's all I'm going to call him now.
The Swayze was at his magical best as the bouncer who knows Kung Fu. Dude.
Kung Fu cooler.
I just joked on myself. That sounded really bad. Sam Elliott comes in at just the right time to add even more credibility to an already killer flick. I wouldn't miss this one. 10 out of 10.
The Swayze was phenomenal here. Again, I feel like the reason Swayze was funny was because he wasn't trying to be funny.
Yes, I read so many times that he thought in his career, he's like, I need another Dirty Dancing hit. I need another one of those. And he thought this was going to be it. I'm not kidding you.
He took it that seriously. You could see it the entire time. He delivered some of the most ludicrous lines that exist in cinema.
But like
he did them
if he was
the
De
most
Niro.
Serious. Yes, correct. This is a Scorsese flick.
Yes,
and you just watch the whole time we watched it. I was in amazement, just that it was happening at all.
Yeah, when you watch this with us, which you should do next week. There'll be times where we're just very silent because we don't know what we're watching.
Kind of stuttering.
Yeah, like
just the premise. We have to save this, but I have so many weird things, weird feelings about this.
All right, here's our bonus 10 out of 10.
Okay.
I don't know what to say. The title is All My Exes Live in Texas.
Love it.
Which they wasn't in Texas.
They were in Missouri.
Says Wildebeests. No, Wildebeest. Yeah, Will as in
I think the
William.
emphasis is on duh.
Wildebeests. Beast.
Got it.
Hurts, don't it? Question mark. Well, you're lucky, dude. Stomped to the knee. Not so bad as some mean hombre blindsiding your face pretty good with a bottle of Jack Daniels, while a 200-pound gator farmer does a Mexican hat dance on your balls. Or when one hell of a woman just decides she's had enough of your charms and ties them to the front end of Bigfoot before driving it over a bottle. Or when a guy you love like a son turns his back on you, tears of rage running down his face, collar and haircut. You don't know pain. I live it. I eat it up. No thanks, I'm not hungry right now, fella. Sure, am thirsty though. Let's go somewhere I can get a beer. 10 out of 10. Is this a song lyric?
I don't know
what is
how
going on?
much of a nerd you are, but have you ever heard the term copy pasta?
No.
It's like, I don't know how to explain it because it doesn't make sense. It's like a set of preposterous things that you just comment on things.
And that's the comment?
And that's it. It's just, and then guess what the comment to this comment would be?
I don't know.
It would be exactly this again.
It would be just copy and pasted?
It would be, yeah, it's copy pasta. You just have a whole bunch of.
Is this a Reddit type thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, this might be like a copy pasta because they're written very similarly, a lot of them. I don't know.
It's wild, right?
Maybe that guy's from New Orleans.
I felt like it encapsulated this film.
Yeah. Somehow it was like very prescient, but
you're
also,
like
what?
Reading it and you're like, is this for real? And then I'm confused, but also kind of enjoying it a little bit.
Yeah.
It's the movie. It's Roadhouse.
That was Roadhouse.
Thanks, Wildebeest.
That was awesome.
All right. Let's get into should or shouldn't you watch this. All right. It's 5 reasons why you should watch Roadhouse.
I'm excited.
And then you give me yours.
Okay.
Number 1, If you want to see one of the wildest movies that probably shouldn't have been able to be made, this is for you.
100%, dude.
I didn't say it shouldn't have been made. I said shouldn't have been able to be made.
It's unexplainable why it was made, why the Sways thought about it the way he did. Did he not read it? Did his agent just say, yo, I've got this thing, show up down in Missouri in 2 weeks? I don't.
Also get as much body oil as you're.
Yeah, did no one... Did they just read individual scenes and not? I mean, I just don't. I have so many questions.
Maybe the Sways got 3 pages at a time, and each time he's like, "This scene is great. This scene is great," but didn't realize that they all needed to go together.
Yeah, he thought they'd be in a different order.
Yeah. Number 2, if you want to see Patrick Swayze do some Tai Chi with hot oil all over his body, then this is for you.
This is the sexiest Sways that exists, dude.
I would say, would you say more sexy than Dirty Dancing Sways?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Way steamier.
Because he's also kicking ass.
A lot.
Like, don't lift me in the air. Lift that guy up in the air and break his back on your knee.
On the beer bottles.
Yeah, dude. Man.
In front of the blind guy.
Seriously, like, super straight. It's just not my thing. Dudes are not my thing. Until this movie.
Oh, no. I'm going to replay that over and over to you in some kind of...
I may have been swayed.
You got swayed for the sways.
Uh-huh.
All right, number 3. If you thought this would be an amazing follow-up to Dirty Dancing, then this is not for you.
It might be for you.
No, I read a lot of reviews of the time, the chatter about the film.
Like how long after Dirty Dancing was this? Like a couple years?
Couple years. They were marketing it to like, hey, hopefully we can get these ladies to come and watch this too, and we'll make more money.
Did the director not understand who the target audience was?
I mean, you heard the trailer that we listened to. It's very like upbeat and like, oh, you're this guy's gonna clean house, ha ha ha. And it's like, not that. I mean, right?
Yeah, no. Maybe it is not for you.
Yeah, if you thought this was a great follow-up to Dirty Dancing, no. Number 4, if you want some real-world advice on how to take out someone with some kicks, then get your pad and paper and take some notes.
Hell yeah.
Because there's some, I said real world. I think legitimately there's some moves that I think would get you out of a jam.
Yeah, 100%.
Like the knee kick.
The knee. I mean, I look, there are a couple things that we got to save for next week because highly effective. Also, they're spoilers.
Okay. All right. I'll stop right there then.
Yeah.
Number 5. Finally, if you want to play a drinking game, whenever you see a roundhouse kick whilst seeing gratuitous violence, language, and nudity, then heat up your body oil and spread it on some popcorn and get ready to live. There's no words to that response. It's true.
Yeah, that's it. Well said.
I don't know about the oil on the popcorn, but it could be really delicious.
Maybe a neat way of like flavoring your butter. Like I got some coconut popcorn here.
Yeah. Any other reasons that I missed of why you should watch Roadhouse?
There is some sort of like an odd chemistry between the cast that I liked.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make sense. But.
You'll hear about that in part 3 where we talk about trivia. I'll sprinkle it in before we end today, but there's some really interesting like behind the scenes stories about the cast that's why it is seemingly good.
Yeah, you kind of get that vibe.
Correct.
I don't know why anyone would not want to watch Sam Elliott. I mean, he's a reason just on his own. And this is like the epitome of what Sam Elliott's roles should be.
Yeah.
He's not a leading guy, in my opinion.
No.
This is where he belongs. He's so good.
He's the best supporting actor of this type of film, even a bunch of films.
I mean, dude, this is a preposterous one. He'd be good. You could put him on a horse next to the main character. He's good.
Right.
You could put him in a swimsuit next to the main guy. He's good.
I mean, he's the cherry on top for The Big Lebowski.
Correct. His
voice, his narration, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's probably a lot, but
let's move on to By the Numbers.
For God's sake, just give me the damn number!
All right, box office haul. What do you think the budget was? I have two numbers. I had conflicting numbers that I found out.
When was this?
89.
89?
Yeah.
17 million.
That's a great guess. I found 10 or 15 million.
Oh, nice.
Which seems, that seems right.
Yeah.
This made a domestic box office haul, just the domestic. I'll hit you with that one first. $30 million.
Is that during the time considered a success?
That's what I thought. Everything that I read basically said that it was
a flop, a dud. Yeah. That's doubling your money. Maybe millions just didn't matter as much. I don't know. Maybe they weren't happy.
But it also made 31 million internationally. So 60 million.
Yeah, dude.
That's
You'd
good.
think there were like spin-offs.
There was a Roadhouse 2, and now they're making
Jake Gyllenhaal, right?
I didn't know that this would be released. This is going to be released when the Roadhouse.
Popcorn Priest and I have been talking about doing the Should You Watch This With Us for a while, and Chris decided many months, maybe years ago, that we wanted to do Roadhouse. So anytime someone's talked to us about Roadhouse, which has been more than I thought would happen.
It happens more than I wanted.
I'm like, shut up.
Shut up.
I don't want to. I want to know zero things.
We didn't know anything about this going
nothing.
into it.
We knew Patrick Swayze. That's all.
But Jake Gyllenhaal's coming out with a Roadhouse on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
And it will be out in March.
Yeah.
So it'll come out right. So this will be perfect for you. This is great. Here's some numbers that are sprinkled in with some trivia. Marshall R. Teague initially didn't get along with Patrick Swayze. Teague was the mini boss.
Yeah.
That we refer to him in.
He looked like he would have been in other kung fu movies as like the white guy who knew kung fu.
Correct.
You know?
Correct. So while filming their big fight, which is at the end, both men quickly realized they shared a dedication to realistic stunts. They developed so much mutual trust that they improvised a lot and allowed each other to throw real punches and kicks. When Jimmy swings a log at Dalton, I'm sorry I have to say that, Teague mistakenly thought it was a breakable prop log. By the end, Swayze was covered in bruises with 2 broken ribs and a busted knee.
And he didn't stop the scene?
Like Swayze, are you going to be like, hey, hit me again? I only broke 1 rib on that take.
The Swayze is treating this like Leonardo did The Revenant.
I think so.
And again, you can see it and it's fucking hilarious. Oh my gosh.
So another tidbit, another number about that fight. Patrick Swayze, and I guess his name's Marshall Teague, did one fight around 71 times. It took 5 days. The director says they were exhausted. Well, yeah, 71 times? And they're in Missouri? It's probably hot as balls, dude. They're probably dehydrated. They're hurt. They're unbelievable.
The only way people do that is if they're like, this is going to be the best movie ever.
Maybe they kept reminding each other we've got to do another take. This is going to launch our careers into the stratosphere.
I
don't know.
I don't know.
All right.
71 times.
71 times. And that's like the whole fight, not just a take. Right? Let's do the fight. Let's do it again 71 more times.
I mean, it was a cool fight. Also,
it was great.
If you had done 2 takes, it would have been just the same effect for the viewer.
Correct. We wouldn't have known.
I would never have known.
No.
Oh, no.
All right. Jeff Healey, the band's lead singer.
Oh, yeah. Is he really blind?
Correct.
Yes.
He is. We called that pretty early on.
Yeah.
He's been playing the guitar since he was 3. He lost
on accident?
I don't know. What do you mean on accident? What is you just stumble on?
What is this?
Oh,
what is this?
That's a blind joke.
Yeah, my wife one time, we were driving down the road.
Shame on you.
And there's a billboard that says, "No excuse, this man climbed Mount Everest blind." And my wife kind of not even really directed me. She's like, "Yeah, on accident on his way to the grocery store."
Oh no. You guys gotta stop.
It was so hurtful, and I laugh about it all the time. Sorry.
Well, Jeff lost his sight when he was 18 months old. So take that.
Yeah. That sucks.
All right. This film.
I can't play the guitar at all. I'm sorry.
And we are sighted people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can see the strings.
This film is listed among the 100 most enjoyable bad movies ever made in the official Razzie Movie Guide.
Huh. Solid.
Yeah, I would say yes. I bet the Reanimator is in the top 10.
That's what I meant by like, I probably just need to watch it again and again in the right frame of mind.
Yes.
I was like ready to take it seriously. The first half of the movie, I was really so confused. I had a hard time letting go.
Yeah.
And then the last half, I'm like, I get it now.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right. How many stuntmen do you think Rowdy Harrington used in this film?
32.
50.
Dang, dude.
And last stat, but not least, what is the body count?
Oh, yeah. How many people died? 11.
See, that's where I would have put it. That's exactly in that range. I was going to say 15.
Yeah.
5. And it probably is all at the very end, if I'm being spoiler.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you can argue that a lot of these injuries are on screen that you don't know that could have been life-threatening. I mean, it's a lot of hospitalizations, but not death.
Yeah, I guess looking back, it's kind of spoilery, but I can see why it's only 5.
Correct.
I get that.
Yeah.
There was a lot of like action without death in some parts.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that's so dumb because I just don't want to ruin it. It's the wrong part of the pod. So
yeah. Any parting thoughts before we close this part 1?
It's weird what's happening to me. Talking about it is making me want to watch it, and it's making me like it more.
Correct.
So,
well,
yeah.
Get ready to live because next week you'll be able to watch it with us.
Yes.
And at this point, there will be spoilers up ahead. So if you want to watch and then come back, not next week, because next week is what we'll be watching the movie with us.
Yeah.
But next week, join us for our breakdown of Welcome to the Double Deuce from 1989, that which will be part 3 of our review. I am on the social medias. I dare you to message the great Popcorn Priest, that Popcorn Priest. I love movies and would love it if you'd share the love. Share this with the movie lover in your life. Another way to support the show is by donating to the show and visiting patreon.com/Popcorn Priest and see what extra perks you can enjoy. Lastly, the easiest way to support the show and the most free is like and subscribe and give us a 5-star review, almost as easy as seducing Dalton. As always, thanks for listening, and thanks to my special guest, Dr. Dare, a.k.a. The Cooler. Always a pleasure. Join us next week for part 2 of our Mystery Science Theater version of this. Yep. And then join us for part 3 the following week of our breakdown of Want to Fight? One sec, let me take my shirt off from 1989. We'll see you next week.